Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Gemstone Yoga, presented by the Gemstone Wellness Collective. My name is Lexi, and today I have a 20-minute triangle focused class for you where we're really going to be working on building equanimity. Basically, that just means an inner sense of ease and calmness and stability. So, if you're ready, I would like you to have 2 blocks handy today that might be really helpful as we get into extended side angle and triangle. So, if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to get started on our backs today, a little bit different than our typical warm-up. What I want you to do is roll gently to the flat of your back, and then I want you to lift up your legs to a 90-degree tabletop. What we're going to do is zip the abs in, bring our belly button to our spine. What I want you to do is just some gentle toe taps. This is really getting the core firing. It might seem simple, might not seem too complicated, but this is really great for firing the core. Really try to get that belly button pressed to the spine, spine pressed flat to the mat. As we breathe together, kind of going at your own pace. Wherever you're at, let's do 4 more together. So 1, back, 2, back, 3, back, 4, back. Great job. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Rock back and forth on your spine. Warm that up. And then we're going to take a really, really gentle twist. So go ahead and lay back on your spine. You can keep both legs together. You can take your arms wide. And we're just going to gently drop both knees towards the right. Breathing in. And breathing out. Taking this time to appreciate the balance you do have in your life and maybe think about a couple different areas where you'd like to incorporate more equanimity or more balance, more ease. As we stay here, just a couple more breaths. One more breath in. On the exhale, come back up, and we're going to drop our legs and our knees to the left side. Oh, it feels so good in the morning or whenever you're taking this class. Let's take one more breath here together. And release, come back up, give yourself one more big squeeze, and then roll either to one side and sit up, or you could give yourself a big rock and roll to a seated position. We're actually going to come forward onto our hands and knees for tabletop. So what I want you to do is make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, pressing all of your fingers into the mat, tops of the feet into the mat. We're going to breathe in. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, coming into our cow pose. And pressing away from the mat, rolling into our cat pose. If you've taken my classes here, you know the drill. So let's go through a couple rounds of cat-cow. You can go at your own pace. And then, as always, feel free to add in any organic movements here that your body might be calling you to do. Maybe that means some side to sides. Maybe that means some hip circles. I'm thinking hip circles this morning for me. So if you're coming with me, I'm going to take my knees a little bit wider. And I'm just going to circle my hips nice and big. You are welcome to stay in cat-cow. You're also welcome to take a child's pose if that feels good for you this morning. Wherever you're at, meet your body there. And if you're coming with me for hip circles, let's take one more big hip circle on this side and then switch sides. Going towards the other direction. Great job. All right, let's come to stillness wherever you are, back in that tabletop position. And then I want you to outstretch your right leg and pulse back and forth to get a nice calf stretch. Just do this a couple times. Really engaging the core, though still activating the core, zipping that belly button up in towards the spine. And find stillness. We're going to engage the core, lift the back leg, And then when you feel stable, I want you to extend your left arm out, so opposite leg, opposite arm, for balancing table, as we find a physical sense of equanimity. Breathing here. Remember, embrace any little bobbles, any movements. It's just your body learning. Let's embrace that and celebrate that. One more big breath in. And release. Great job. Other side, left leg extends, pulsing back and forth, getting a nice calf opening. And when you're ready, meet me in stillness. Engage the core, zip up those abs, lift the back leg, find stability. Once you feel stable, extend that right arm. Breathing in. And breathing out. Great job. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And release. Awesome. Let's head into our first downward dog of class. I want you to flex the feet, press your booty up, back, and towards the sky or the ceiling. And then for me, I'm going to pedal out my feet here because my legs are pretty tight. So I'm just going to pedal back and forth, warm up those hamstrings. I'm going to let my head and neck go. Shake it yes and shake it no. As we pedal together, you're also welcome to stay in stillness or take a child's pose. Great job. Let's all find stillness together as we lift up on our tippy toes, drop back, heels as close to the mat as they can get. Tippy toes, heels to the mat, and last time, tippy toes, heels to the mat. Look forward. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands. I want you to put a really big bend in your legs. We're going to grab opposite elbows here. Your feet can be either together about hips width distance. I'm going to choose hips width distance. My chest is resting on my thighs. And I'm just going to dangle back and forth, really waking up those hamstrings. Letting my head and neck go. No weight in the head and neck. One of my favorite yoga teachers used to say it supports us all day long, so it's nice to give it a break. By just letting it rest in these poses. All right, go ahead and come to stillness. Release your grip. Put a big bend in your legs and roll your spine up as we stand, bringing our shoulders up, back, and down, finding mountain pose. All right, let's move into our sun salutations. We're going to sweep the arms up and forward fold. Halfway lift, find a neutral spine. You can also use blocks here. Forward fold. We're going to take our right leg, send it back, find this low lunge. Left leg meets it for plank, shift forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Wrap the shoulder blades back, pressing up, finding our cobra pose. Releasing back to the mat, flexing our feet, downward facing dog. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose here. And let something go. Look forward towards the top of your mat. Walk your feet forward. Find that forward fold. Halfway lift, you can use blocks again. Forward fold. Sweep the arms up. And hands to heart center. One more time. Sweep the arms up and swan dive forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Let's send our left leg back this time. Low lunge. Right leg meets it for plank. Shift forward. Lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Wrap the shoulder blades back, pressing up, finding that baby back bend of cobra. Release back to the mat, pressing back, downward facing dog. Great job. One more breath in. And breathe out. Look forward, walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Find that forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, sweep the arms up, and hands to heart center. Meet me in a chair pose. Let's move on to Sensal B, chair pose, forward fold, halfway lift, Forward fold. This time we're going to step back into a downward facing dog. Center your left foot, lift the right leg, coming into a three-legged dog. Sweep that right foot through, planting it in between your palms. Drop that back foot about 45 degrees, coming up, warrior one. Release back to the mat. Right leg meets left for plank. This time we're going to shift forward and lower halfway for chaturanga. Sweep forward into our upward facing dog, squeezing those thighs together. Flip the feet and coming back into your downward facing dog. And take a breath here and breathe out. Great job. Center that right foot this time. Lift the left, three-legged dog. Sweep the left leg through, planting it in between the palms. Drop that back right leg about 45 degrees, coming up, warrior one. Release your arms back to the mat. Left leg meets right for plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Great job. Let's go ahead and look forward. Walk to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Half lift, long neutral spine. Forward fold. Sweep the arms up and chair pose. Hands to heart center. Great job. Let's keep flowing. Sweep the arms up, forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. We're going to step back into a downward facing dog. This time I want you to center your left leg, lift the right, lifting it up into a three-legged dog. Try to drop that back left heel towards the mat. Sweep that right foot through, planting it in between your palms. This time I want you to drop your back foot 90 degrees so that it is parallel to the edge of your mat and that your right heel is intersecting the center of your left foot. We're going to come up into warrior two. So again, back foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. Our knee is not going past our toes. We're pressing on the outer edge of our knee, standing nice and proud and tall, peering through and over our fingers as we breathe in and breathe out. Let's go ahead and flip the front palm, shift forward a little bit, drop the back left arm, not on the knee joint, but probably right about your thigh. Reach back as we find our reverse warrior. Breathing in and breathing out. Now this is a great place for a block. So if you'd like to use a block, put it on the inside of your right leg. We're going to go from our extended warrior to find an extended side angle. So a couple ways you can do this. You can have your right hand planted firmly on the block on the inside of your right leg. Find your side angle this way. If you don't have blocks, you can also take your right forearm, put it on your right knee, twist your chest open, and find your side angle this way. Or if you'd like to find the full pose, ditch the block, press your right arm into your left knee, extend that right arm, coming into extended side angle. Today, I think I'll find my right forearm to my right knee. As we breathe in, breathe out. 2 more breaths here. Great job. Go ahead and drop both arms to the mat, coming into a lunge. Right leg is going to meet left for plank. Shift forward, flow through your vinyasa. So chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Great job, you guys. All right, other side. Center your left leg this time. Right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Sweep that left leg through, planting it in between the palms. Drop that back foot so that it is 90 degrees and parallel to the edge of the mat, intersecting with the heel of your left foot, the center of your arch of your back foot. Arms come up, warrior two. Breathing in, breathing out, peering over those fingers. Shoulder blades are back and together, standing tall, standing proud. Flip the front palm, shift forward, find your reverse warrior leaning back. One more breath in. And breathe out. Now, whatever you did last time, whatever variation of side angle you took on the other side, take it on this side. So I'm going to take my left elbow to my left knee. Right arm's going to come up and over. I'm creating one long line of energy all the way from the tip of my right foot all the way through the tips of my right fingers. Finding balance and a sense of ease, sense of calm. Great job. All right, go ahead and sweep those arms down to the mat. Great job, you guys. Left leg is going to meet right for plank and flow through your vinyasa. Shift forward, lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Alrighty, one more side on each side. Left leg centers, right leg lifts. Three-legged dog. This time, bend that leg, open up the hip. You can even make some free movement here with your hip if you'd like. You're also welcome to stay in stillness. As we sweep that right leg through, planting it in between your palms, dropping that right back foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Coming up, warrior two. A little faster this time. Flip the front palm, shift forward and back, reverse warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now I want you to extend the front leg straight as you drop your right arm so that we are standing in our triangle prep pose. So, right heel is intersecting the back middle of your arch. What we're going to do now is shift the hips back. We're going to reach forward as much as you can, and this is a great place for a block on the inside of the foot. If not, the shin or the ankle works great too, just never the knee joint. Shift forward as far as you can go until you feel like you need to fall. And place your palm onto, again, either a block, your shin, ankle, or the floor. Opening up the chest. Feeling this sense of balance as we come into triangle pose, the sense of equanimity. Opening up the chest, almost like you're trying to stand in between two panes of glass, two walls, whatever metaphor you'd like. As we breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in and breathe out. Great job. Let's come back into warrior two as we sweep our arms down. You can ditch your blocks. Sweep our arms down. Right leg shifts back for plank. Shift forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. All right, last side, and then we'll cool down. Right leg centers. Left leg lifts up. Three-legged dog. You can bend and open that hip if you'd like. Make some little movements. Whatever suits you. And sweep that left leg through, planting it in between the palms. Drop that back foot 90 degrees. Coming up, warrior two. Breathing in, looking past our fingers, squeezing the shoulder blades together, flipping that front right palm, shifting forward, and then shifting back, reverse warrior. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, whatever you did on the other side to find your triangle pose, go ahead and do that. I used a block, so I'm going to do the same on the inside of my left foot. From reverse warrior, I'm going to extend my left leg, lower my arms, and then shift my hips back as I shift my arms and my chest forward until I feel like I can't go any further. And then I drop to the block, twisting my chest open towards the ceiling, and breathe. Again, finding that sense of balance here as we anchor ourselves with our feet, engage our core to stabilize, and then lift with our chest. One more breath in and breathe out. Come back, warrior two. Great job. Sweep the arms down, ditch your block. Left leg meets right for plank and flow through your last vinyasa. Shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Great job. Let's drop our knees wide as the mat goes. Toes together, sit back, coming into a child's pose. You can have your arms outstretched, or you can make a little pillow with your hands, whatever is most comfortable for you. That's what I want you to do. As we breathe here, restoring balance, restoring our breath. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Great job. Come on up. Meet me in a seat. We are going to come into a quick bridge as we wrap up class. Walk your feet towards your fingertips. Press your palms into the mat and then press your booty up and towards the ceiling. If you'd like to make this a little bit more intense, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and crawl up onto your shoulder blades. No pressure. You are also welcome to just stay in a regular bridge. Breathing in and breathing out. Go ahead and release your grip if you're interlaced, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come back to the mat. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. You can roll into a little ball. And we're going to extend the right leg, pulling in our left, and then slowly taking our left leg across our body, dropping it towards the right, getting a nice big twist. We started off class with a little bit gentler version of this. So hopefully this feels really nice. One more big breath in. And release. Come back to that little ball shape. Release the left leg down. Right leg is going to come across the chest, finding that nice big twist on our other side. One more breath in. And release. One more little ball. You can rock and roll a little bit if that feels nice on your spine. Give yourself a big hug and release into Savasana. Close your eyes. Melt into the mat. Steady your breathing. Take in all the effects of your practice, and we'll be here for about a minute. And when you hear the sound of my voice, you can roll to one side and come up. As we come back into our bodies and into our awareness, go ahead and start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can blink your eyes open, slowly roll to one side, and meet me in a seated position with your hands at heart center. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today and for trusting me to be part of your yoga journey, wherever that may be. Until next time, be well and shine bright. Namaste.